Into the month of February, the year 2015. Good afternoon and welcome to the Afternoon Edition. I'm Mildred Tohaise. The police in Kayunga districts have launched an investigation into the death of a 33-year-old woman after an alcohol-suspected death. It is alleged that Annette Nansubuga died after spending 3 days without a meal but only taking alcohol, according to her husband, Hakim Mukasa. Residents of Kawanao zone in Nazigo town in Kayunga district were left in shock following the sudden death of their fellow resident after she allegedly took too much alcohol, commonly known as lira lira, a local brew.
Who reported? They report. You don't have a CID there at your place.
Now, Parliament resumes business this afternoon with the in-tray of the August House full. This follows a recess and the NRM retreat that had members of Parliament out of the House. According to information from Parliament, the House is expected to discuss the registration of persons bill. We'll, of course, keep you updated and bring you the details of today's business in our subsequent bulletins. Now, with calls for the remains of a fallen Ugandan leader Idi Amin Dada to be returned home regaining momentum, the first opposing voice emerges from West Nile as a Bongi County Member of Parliament. Hassan Kaps Fungaro dismisses the rhetorics as state-generated to gain relevance with the post-1986 generation. Speaking to the press from Parliament, the legislator insisted that rebellions cannot in any way contribute to national reconciliation without addressing the deep-rooted concerns of what he calls the marginalized communities.
The name of Idi Amin Dada continues to enjoy frequent mentions even years after he passed on, with religious leaders igniting the calls for his remains to be returned home for the sake of national reconciliation. Obongi County lawmaker Hassan Kaps Fungaro throws in the spanner, dismissing the calls as unnecessary.
I oppose this idea of reburial of Amin just to please Museveni and to say people have reconciled with him. What did Museveni say about Amin when he first died? And for me, I'm a Muslim. Amin was a Muslim. I know as far as it's stated in the Quran, if someone dies, he's buried wherever he died.
In his address to the press, the MP reasons that there's nothing beyond a campaign to strike a chord with the young population that he says tags their problems on President Yoweri Museveni.
I would like to tell the clergy, particularly with due respect, people who spoke from Kidgum in this reburial, that reconciliation, national reconciliation cannot be brought back by reburial of Amin, reburial of Geno Tito. We need national reconciliation, but it should not be on our knees. National reconciliation can only happen if it is Museveni who is prompted to ask for it.
Historical differences, the MP reasons, should first be addressed among the different communities to set pace for legitimate reconciliation.
The only reconciliation we need first is a reconciliation between the divided people, the developed groups in northern Uganda. Acholi versus West Nile. We are being divided in this thing of divide and rule. They say Acholis are people of Obote, people of Tito, people who killed Amin's people, Amin who killed Acholi people. The Langi and Acholi cannot sit side by side. They are divided. This divisionism is manipulated and used by President Museveni.
The MP says West Nile, Amin's home region, has been betrayed by big guns in government, whom he says have failed to advance the agenda of their people.
Where are the people of UNRF 1 who fought with Moses Ali and joined the government? Where are they in the government? Where are they? They are not there. So they are marginalized. General Moses Sala should be the one asked to join the opposition. He should transform UNRF-1 into a political party and he contests for presidency so that he can address the problems of these people, which he has failed to address through his being a member of NRM and being even a third or second deputy prime minister.
The call comes hours after the remains of another former leader, Basilio Okello, were reburied in the country after numerous years. Sabit Joseph, WS Television, Parliament.
Freezing cold temperatures hit large parts of the U.S. Monday as northeastern New England region began digging out of its fourth winter storm in a month, while the mid-Atlantic region and parts of the South were as well hit with their own blast of snow and ice. Snow whirled sideways in Kentucky, and the state capital of Frankfurt came to frozen halt on Monday. Kentucky Governor Steve Beshear urged people to stay home if it were possible, and the state was expecting anything from anywhere from 15 to 38 centimeters of snow by late Monday. Let's get more in this report.
For weeks, winter weather has pummeled mostly northern states with cumulative snow totals of more than 2 meters in some areas.
Getting a little tiring. I love Maine, I love the winter, but this winter makes you question it.
Even more snow is on the way. Central and mid-Atlantic states are getting the first major snowfall of the year, providing a blast of what cities like Boston have been enduring. Impassable roads, dangerous driving conditions, canceled and delayed flights, sagging and collapsed roofs, frozen fountains, and shuttered schools and businesses.
We prepare for the worst.
Nashville, Tennessee Police Chief Steve Anderson.
We urge everyone to stay home and stay off the roads. More than that, we urge everyone, do not take any chances. We are predicting the roads will be very treacherous.
For 2 days, the Washington area has dealt with tree-toppling winds and temperatures as low as minus 15 degrees, with the ground frozen solid and temperatures expected to hover at or below freezing for the rest of the week. Any snow that falls will be slow to melt. Residents here can expect little sympathy from fellow Americans in northern states like Massachusetts and New Hampshire.
It's all you can do is just grin and bear it.
Where some motorists have given up trying to dig out their cars and resorted to more basic forms of transportation.
Now, still elsewhere in the world, robots performing tasks according to a predetermined set of instructions are nothing new. But robots that are capable of learning how to do something by watching videos are completely a different approach pursued by a group of researchers at the University of Maryland. Now, if you posted a video of your favorite recipe of the on the popular website YouTube, chances are that it will be tried out by a robot.
If you have posted a video of your favorite recipe on the popular website YouTube, chances are that it will be tried by a robot.
There exists a gargantuan amount of video information in the internet, which we can capitalize on and use our robots in order to learn.
University of Maryland professor Yanis Alimonos leads a team that is trying to teach a robot how to reproduce simple tasks by watching videos. At the moment, the videos are fed electronically, says research scientist Cornelia Vermiller.
Originally, actually, we took our own videos, so our own cameras looking at ourselves doing the cooking, and as it advances, it moved on to good quality videos, and it will move on to even lesser quality home-made videos.
So far, the robot named Julia can pour ingredients, add dressing, and stir a simple salad. It learns by breaking each task into basic components, such as grasping a spoon, bringing it to the bowl, stirring the salad, and observing the results. As Julia can see, hear, and remember things, and then combine those components to execute certain tasks, Alimonos says the project amounts to integration of all those capabilities.
How do we demonstrate this capability? By basically developing software that utilizes the perception, things that you see or hear, the knowledge that you have somehow in the computer organized appropriately, and the motor capabilities, the ability that you have to move your hands and your fingers and affect the world.
But why teach a robot how to understand a video when it can easily follow a fixed program? Alimono says predetermined instructions lack flexibility.
You have a system that is done just for this particular task, and so it can't generalize it. You cannot take it and put it in a different environment. It is not flexible.
Alimono says one of the problems the researchers are trying to solve is how to make the robot understand and utilize what it learns during the performance of a certain task, the so-called feedback. Another problem, he says, will be the introduction of language.
I believe it will take quite some time before the robots are able to understand metaphorical language, like the unbearable lightness of being.
But, he says, we don't need that in order to create a new world in which the robots will be working for us.
Interesting right there. Now, getting back to what's happening here in Uganda, General David Sejusa will not contest in the forthcoming presidential elections come 2016. This, according to his spokesperson, Moses Bigiriwa, while addressing the press this morning. This follows reports that Sejusa had intentions of contesting for presidency next year. The announcement, however, contradicts the arrest of two alleged General Sejusa supporters with posters for presidency.
Of course, his presidential ambition is not going to contest as a presidential candidate in this current arrangement of Chibundu's electoral commission. Is not there. If he's to contest, maybe if the laws are, if they amend the laws, he can contest, but as the current status quo is, he cannot. Those are not favorable. All factors favor the incumbent. So he was as a man. He cannot, because he knows the game. He has been in the system for more than 25 years.
You're still watching WBS Afternoon Edition. We'll take a break. We'll be right back.
This week on WBS TV.
They've written and talked about us. Do you know us? I want to just hear it from us.
Do you know how tall I am?
And yes, of course, this is the new Obsessions. Much has been talked about them, written about them. Of course, their new tracks this Friday. You should just not miss out from 11 to 12. Of course, this Friday, midnight. Why not say, of course, meet you there.
See you there.
This week on WBS TV.
This is VOA.
Identified some basic principles. You name it, we talk about it. A very, very rare and unique opportunity.
We go beyond the headlines.
This is VOA.
We pretty much touch on anything that you can think of. Politics, health issues, human rights issues.
My role as a journalist is to inform the world, to make a difference, to make a change. That's what makes me tick.
Wherever you are, Voice of America is on.
I am Shaka Sali, host and senior editor of VOA's international call-in talk show, Straight Talk Africa.
Yamina always sleeps with Ignacio, always.
Welcome back. Let's take a look at what's happening in the world of sports. Now, while Rooney did not dive to win a penalty in Manchester United's 3-1 FA Cup win at Preston, according to the North End manager Simon Grayson. The England striker went down in the box after a challenge from Preston goalkeeper Thorsten Stackman appeared to make little or no contact. Rooney converted from the penalty spot for United's third goal in the fifth.